where she belongs. That's the bitch that makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. That's right, Amanda. Hey, Amanda, right here, baby. Last time we met, you made a fool of me. But you know now, it's time to pay the price. And I got a $100 bill taped to your
Wow, I knew it was good, but now there's $100 taped to it. The enforcers and the dice ready to go, and here we go. Jenny Matthews, the newest jammer for the Hot Dice, gets out there first. Oh, Teresa Miller, the Hellcat, just took down Shea Brown, and I mean hard. Well, let's see. This game is rough right from the beginning, and Jennifer Matthews gets out there. She has a chance to score points in her first jam as a Hot Dice member. It was Francis she took down.
Jenny Matthews is just the jammer they've been waiting for, straight from the Quakes.
Lindsey Francis catching from behind, now grabs her by the hair. I wonder if Lindsey Francis will change her style of play now that she's with the Enforcers. The answer, probably she will, because that's the way D'Amato coaches it. That's the way he likes it around here, and it's infectious.
You know what, when you put on that black...
No kidding, what about the Hellcat? And Francis gets the points and seems to have enjoyed it quite a bit.
The chemistry is already clicking between those two. Hellcat helping out Lindsey Francis. Are you kidding me?
Well, they were always good skaters. They were always a tough pair when they were together and could get along, which wasn't very often. But if they get along on this team, look out, because the Enforcers were tough enough already. All right, here we go. Jam number 2 here in this first period of action. And Lindsey Francis wants that jammer's helmet again. Jennifer Matthews gets out one more time, and so does Belinda Morgan for the Hot Dice. So far, no conflict whatsoever between Lindsey and Teresa Miller, and a conflict, I'm sure, in the heart of Kenneth Logue, who's watching his former Golden Girls skating for the Enforcers. That has to be like a screaming nightmare for that man.
Boy, look at her going out there against Lisa. Look at Kenneth out there with a small look on his face. I love it. I love it, Rory.
I don't know what he's so smug about. He came out here and made a big pronouncement, and already things are blowing up in his face. Oh, nice play by Shea Brown. Shea Brown, great play. Logue has no reaction whatsoever.
Nice double warrior chop just in by Shaw.
Here goes Teresa Miller and Shea Brown. Miller is a Hellcat for sure tonight, and Corbin gets in there and says, hold on, ladies. Take a look at this, because the Hellcat finishes this play in a big way. But first it was Shea Brown who knocked down 2 and let Jenny Matthews get in there for the points. Don't forget about Shea Brown. It's 3-0 Dice after 2. Oh, Teresa Miller, look at that punishment. As the whistle sounded, she jumped Jennifer Matthews. And Shea Brown goes out against Lindsey Francis. 2 great jammers. Francis goes down on the inside, didn't knock her out of the play though. Shea Brown grabs Francis around the back of the neck and takes her down.
You know what? The Hellcat's not the only one playing possessed tonight. So is Shea. She's fired up about having Jenny Matthews on her team.
These teams have both improved themselves, no question about it. April Chula goes back to block, and the Hellcat said, get out of here, April, let me do it. I got it, and she does. Oh, the elbow right into the chest of Shea Brown. Francis catches from behind now.
The Hellcat just controls the game when she's out there, Rory.
Especially when she takes her helmet off and hits people over the head with it. That's quite a maneuver.
It's part of the uniform, Rory. Of course she can use it. Way to go, Hellcat.
She got them all. She knocked them all flat. Every one of them.
You gotta use the tools that you have out there, Rory.
Now she gets pushed down by Shea Brown. Oh, these two are ready to go at it one more time, and it's only the first period. There's a fight to the leg.
I've never seen Hellcat this fired up in a game before. Oh, that universe really has her going.
I think you have to set the blood on fire over there for Logue to react to anything right now. The way his mind is racing. That's the end of the first period. Teresa Miller, she's tough, isn't she? 5-3 Enforcers. RollerJam Arena tonight, the Nevada Hot Dice and the New York Enforcers have already had a battle after only 1 period of the women's skating, but now the men take to the track for the Hot dice. That means these two guys leading the way. Look at Weber. I thought he was looking off into space there before he turned his head for a second. Mark Weber in the orange cap and Jason McDaniel, a scoring phenom, a tremendous skater is McDaniel. These two guys set the tone for the dice. But can they get by these two? I wouldn't want to try it. That's D'Amato, number 19. And the big, nasty Tim Washington standing next to him, shoulder to shoulder, side by side. They'll be like that mostly in the back of the pack all night. And that makes it difficult to score points if you're on the opposition. And D'Amato's already got a feather in his cap tonight, having brought Lindsey Francis over here. Now Travis Wills gets out there against McDaniel. McDaniel in the orange shirt of the hot dice, and Travis Wills, a nifty skater in his own right. But the horses almost went down there.
The two best 1-2 punches in the league right now we're witnessing, Roy, between the hot dice and the enforcers.
That's a battle right there between Wills and McDaniel. My goodness, they've been going at each other for half a minute until McDaniel finally takes him down, and there's Weber. Just say, go on, Jason. D'Amato is waiting. D'Amato, you know he feels good about himself already tonight, having brought Francis over here.
A movable force right there, D'Amato. You can't get by him, Roy.
Unless somebody gives you a hand, and that's what Weber's back there to try and do. He's whispering to McDaniel. These two practice plays like that. Oh, what a play by Jason. Over the top of McDaniel and underneath Washington, and he's still going. As Weber destroys that pack, he got them all.
That's what those guys bring to the table. Quick thinking and split-second reaction is what this league's all about.
After the fact, D'Amato goes after McDaniel. And that's just frustration seeping into that bald head of D'Amato, who was made to look like a punk kid schoolboy on that play. And it's been a long time since he's been in school, believe me. But look at the great athleticism between Weber and McDaniel, flying up over the top to get the points, and then Washington goes flying himself.
They like to call it the over-under, and you know what, Roy? You have to execute that perfectly, and that's what they did just then.
And then D'Amato uses that right hand after 5 points have been scored for the dice. And here comes Jason Beckstein leading this jam. He jumped out of there. D'Amato took the helmet. D'Amato doesn't take the Black Jammer's helmet very often. He's got one now, but he's way behind in the jam at the moment because Beckstein is scorching that track.
I think that first jam woke up a couple sleeping giants there, Rory.
Washington is very much a weight giant. He's back there with a caution tape back on his arms, and he is giving Beckstein both of his elbows. Now he turns around to tackle him. Uh-oh! D'Amato goes through on the inside, and McDaniel couldn't get by the big nasty either. Grabs the door. The door of doom.
There's a doorway to hell also. That's what the nasty likes to call it.
Look out, here come 4 hot dice. Did you hear that collision? And D'Amato goes right on by.
Somebody's gonna be injured out there. That's why they call it the doorway to hell. Look at the big nasty pumping his fist in the air. Woo!
Wasn't it you that was just saying part of the equipment? I suppose you think the door to the men's room is part of the equipment too.
Well, it depends on where they got it, but they got it from the jam phone. Of course it is in, Rory.
You know who enjoyed that play a lot? Mark D'Amato's brother. I'm talking about Sean Atkinson. He is back in the locker room area with our reporter, Cindy Luce.
Thanks, guys. I'm back here, oddly enough, with Sean Atkinson. Sean, what are you doing here? The Quakes are out tonight.
Cindy, I'm sitting with you on the couch in Calvin, getting comfy, watching my big brother. Oh, Mark D'Amato do a great job.
Wait a minute. Your big brother. Last time we checked, you guys hated each other.
Not ready.
We're brothers. We're brothers. I love this guy. Go get him, Mark. Oh, yeah.
Wow, Atkinson obviously has accepted D'Amato as his full brother.
I just don't see that working out there, Roy. It's strange hearing Atkinson attack an enemy for all along of Mark D'Amato. Now saying that he's sticking up for him.
As long as they were enemies, believe me on one thing, they respected what the other one could do on the track. They might not have liked it. It might not have felt good when they received on the receiving end of it, but right now they're happy about it. There goes Travis Wills.